Hello fellow sim racers. In today's video, I'm taking a first look at the new Bentley wheel which crosses the line between sim racing and real-world motorsport. Talking to Fanatec CEO Thomas Jackermeier and taking a ride in the company van around the Nurburgring. Fanatec debuted the upcoming Bentley wheel at Sim Racing Expo, and they were kind enough to give me a healthy chunk of time to make this video before the doors opened and things got busy. Starting out with the basics, this wheel is a collaboration between Fanatec and Bentley to produce a wheel that can be used both on the sim and out in the real world, in this case in the Continental GT3 Pikes Peak car. The headline feature is the 3.5-inch circular display that absolutely dominates the front of the wheel and also stays level while you drive. There are also beefed up rotary encoders which, well, they're just a big improvement over the previous offerings, snappier buttons and a carbon front plate, magnesium alloy chassis, Alcantara hand grips and all of the other mod cons you'd expect to find on a Fanatec podium wheel rim. On top of that is the new QR2 quick release, which on the unit I tried was absolutely rock solid. And then there's the display stand, which, well, I guess probably isn't going to be a big selling point for some of you, but it does allow you to display the wheel off of your rig, all lit up and displaying some real world telemetry or a clock face. Now I must admit, I thought this was going to be a bit of a gimmick at first, but I absolutely guarantee that I'll be having it on the stand in the studio because I guess I'm a fan of eating crow. I'll get to my impressions of the wheel in a moment, but first here's Thomas explaining how Bentley and Fanatec started working together.
I was making a replica of their normal production car steering wheels. I thought for our audience a little bit weird. And I said, okay, well, let's do something really cool. And then I came with a counter proposal saying, hey, why don't you make the wheel for your real GT3 race car? And if we do it, it has to be really one-to-one the same. So can we use the quick release? Can we connect it to the electronics and this and that? So it was quite some technical challenges, but everybody was very motivated to do that. And then said, okay, so what should we do with the design? Can we come up with something or they said, okay, well, Fanatec can do that, and then we can come up with a design. So, okay. How should the ultimate GT3 steering wheel look like? And I was actually sitting in a bar and asked the waiter to, okay, can you please bring me a piece of paper and a pen? And I was starting to draw what I thought would look really cool and make a round display, keep the information always leveled and all that. And basically, the steering wheel you see now is one-to-one the steering wheel I was drawing back then.
Now, that is a good story, but I think it perhaps undersells the wheel a little. There are all-around improvements over Fanatec's previous flagship Porsche GT3 wheel, for example. The rotary encoders are bigger and require more force to turn, and that's also the case with the buttons as well. The display itself looks fantastic, even with the lowered refresh rate that you can see here on this pre-alpha example. Fanatec assures me that this just isn't going to be an issue on the customer units, and it's only for the display versions that were sent out to the Nurburgring. Moreover, there's plenty of useful detail on display as well, which can be configured through Fanalab. The shifters and clutch mechanism will be familiar to podium wheel owners, which is to say, well, they're very good indeed, while the paddles themselves have been designed to match that of the road-going Continental GT3, which is a nice touch. And then there's the quick release, which I couldn't get any footage of, so you're just going to have to take my word that it's night and day different to the current quick release system. All things considered, it's a very well-engineered wheel with a whole host of functionality. It's covered in rotary encoders, the 2 funky switches, plenty of buttons, 4 rear paddle switches and the double clutch. Add in the screen and the new quick release and you've got a very good contender for best all-round sim wheel, I feel. Now, there is the question of the price, which I did broach with Fanatec, but obviously they wouldn't tell me at this stage of development. What they did say though is to expect this to sit above the Porsche wheel in their lineup, which given the construction style and the functionality is to be expected. Now, take from that what you will, but I will say I really don't get the impression that this is going to command the multi-thousand euro price tag that some of you out there are speculating. And speaking of speculating, I also asked Thomas if they had any plans for more motorsport crossover wheels in the future.
it is our mission to bring the both worlds together. And obviously, having a steering wheel in your hand, which is a real deal and the real motorsport wheel. I mean, it can't get more realistic than that. So yes, we are working already on 2 more wheels, but we have been approached by several teams which all thought, oh, that's a super cool idea. Also, you have to say this is also a matter of cost, because we can manufacture those wheels in big quantities for our audience and bring down the development cost and the production prices a lot. So it's also better for the team. They get extra closure, they get the cheaper wheels, so they like the idea. So yes, we want to do more motorsport wheels for sure.
So there you have it. 2 more real-world wheels are in the works, and there are more on the horizon. The last question then was, does Fanatec plan on bringing their Porsche turbo-powered van to a racing sim anytime soon?
Well, we have to. I mean,
I think you have to.
Such a cool van. I mean, well, let's put it this way. You want to join me for a ride?
Oh my God. In my head I thought it would be nice when you drift. Yeah. And then, oh my God.